Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, how's everyone? Hope you are good. Hope you are good. Listen, welcome to my stream, my live stream. Okay, so I think I'm live on it Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. I think I'm live on both channels. So just double checking. Hey, there we go. There we go. Okay, so hold on a moment. There we go. Mhm. Yeah, so I hope you are well. This is a live. This is my Monday live. Remember, I said Mondays and Thursdays I go live, and again just to share some truth with amazing people on here, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Okay, so welcome everybody. It's a quick one tonight, a quick 5 minutes chit chat. Okay, today I specifically put a topic out there to talk to people. This is probably for business people. This is for people in a career trying to grow, and also for anybody really to who it's a subject line that cuts across different places. The conversation tonight is how do you maintain an identity? How do you maintain an identity in an unsupportive environment? In other words, how to maintain your identity, your personal identity, in an environment that is not supportive. How do you do that? How do you maintain that? So the reality is it's a big problem. Personal identity is a major issue. It affects the career working man or woman. It affects the businessman or woman, the entrepreneur, someone trying to own their own business, try to grow their own business, whether you're new in the game or being in the game for a long time. It's a question about identity. It's a major problem. It's a major problem affecting people all around the world. It's a major problem affecting a young student in a classroom. How do you present yourself? How do you express your identity? How do you express your uniqueness in an environment? Sometimes an environment that is very resistant to you, an environment that doesn't support you, an environment that doesn't understand you, an environment that rejects you, or an environment that's pretty much unaware on how to deal with your kind of personality. So whether you're a young student in university or in college, or whether you're a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad, whether you work for a firm, whether you work and you're trying to grow, I've been doing a training recently, a leadership training for an organization, and one of the questions that keeps coming in is how do you express yourself? How do you, if you're, for instance, the question was, I'm very bubbly, I'm very, I like to express myself, I like to have a great chat with people all around me, with those who are my junior staff, I enjoy it, but I tend to find that my senior managers tend to misunderstand me. I think I'm unserious because I'm jovial, because I'm friendly, because I'm open, because I talk to people. I'm full of life, and they think I'm unserious with my work. And sometimes I get the stern faces from those superiors, those are ahead of me. So I got that question from someone in one of my training, and I kind of get that kind of question everywhere that I go. And my answer to all of them is be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. So how do you deal with that? How do you maintain your identity in an environment that doesn't understand you, that misunderstands you, or doesn't support you, or doesn't understand what's going on with you, or try to be resistant to what you're trying to express? I wrote a book in 2020. I don't know if you've seen this book. It's called Revive: 6 Steps to Rebooting Your Life. And one of the steps that I shared in this book, you can find this on Amazon, by the way. Uh, Amazon UK, US, anywhere, Amazon all around the world. You can find this book. So wherever you are, you can get this. Step one talks about authenticity, and that's very key. There's a quote I put right here on the top of the page. It says, "We are used to our negative flaws. Others care enough so deeply to remind us that we sometimes overlook our strength, our uniqueness, and our own sense of identity." He says, only when we take the courage to look deep within and into the core of our being can we see how perfect imperfection wins. Mm. So what he's saying is like everyone's quick to remind you of your flaws. Everyone's quick to remind you of how imperfect you are, but only when you yourself take some time to look within into your core of your being can you actually find that you might be wrong, you might be imperfect, but that imperfection, it wins. You're still yourself. So my response to all of those questions really is be yourself. When someone doesn't appreciate you for who you are, listen, be yourself. Express yourself. Obviously, in a work environment, you got to find a way to assert your uniqueness into what you're doing, and you've got to be professional. You've got to be resilient. As a matter of fact, I find that when people are resistant to who you are, what you are, it's an environment. An opportunity for you to be resilient. It's an opportunity for you to stand for what you believe. Someone says stand for what you believe, or you can fall for anything. All right. So sometimes you got to stand for what you believe, even in places where people misunderstand you. And the other question you got to really ask yourself is why are you then, is that environment going to help you grow? One of the things I wrote down to share with you tonight to you tonight is are you qualifying your environment? Are the people around you meant to be around you? Have you overgrown your present position and maybe it's time for you to seek new seek new places, explore new territories, try new things? Because sometimes if you're in an environment that's not going to help you grow, it's time to move. It's time to try something else. It's time to expand your horizon. It's time to push to another place. I'm talking about those now in the workplace and also those in business. You might be in business and people around you don't understand what you're trying to say or understand your mission or your vision or your purpose or what you're trying to create. Then maybe you're talking to the wrong people. Maybe it's time to move away from there and try something else. There's a famous quote that says, why blend in when you were made to stand out? That's an important question. Why blend in when you were made to stand out? Now, this signifies that most people are stuck in the same place. Most people settle, stay there, and try to blend in so they can be all right. Try to blend in with others so they can go on. And the challenge is for you to really maximize your full potential. You got to be in the right environment. Because being in the wrong environment will keep you there. Being in the wrong environment will stifle your growth. Being in the wrong environment will keep you where you are, and you become like a big fish in a small pond. Sometimes you got to try a different pond. Come on now, you got to try a different place, explore different territories, and the world is big. Listen here, 8 billion people on the planet, or even more. All right. So if 100 says no to you, come and keep trying for the next 100 until you get the people who resonate with what you are, who you are, what you're trying to present. So all that quirkiness you have, all that whatever it is that you think it's imperfect, can I just say it is good? It is okay. It is okay to be yourself. It is okay to be who you are and not to surrender to what other people think about you. Stay in that zone. Stay in that zone. Be yourself. Be yourself. And that's my response to all of those conversations I've been having in the past couple of weeks now with people in a particular organization. And I'm saying this to you now. If you find within yourself that you're finding it hard for people to understand who you are, what you are, just be yourself. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. So how do you maintain your identity in an environment that doesn't support your growth? Be yourself and then qualify that environment. Ask yourself, have I overstayed my welcome? Could I try something else? Could I be somewhere else? Could I flourish somewhere else? And the answer you find will be a big yes. That yes, you can. So don't keep yourself in the same place. Go, grow, grow, grow. Remember, what you tolerate will continue. What you tolerate will continue. If your tolerance level is low, you continue to experience that disrespect or that resistance. And maybe again it's a clue of life or the universe, some people say, or God telling you get out and try something else and try somewhere else. So so if you're trying to grow yourself in an environment, in a workplace, you work for a firm or an organization, you're trying to grow and you find it difficult for you, maybe it's time to explore and try different territories and start looking elsewhere. Or maybe you still want to stay there, then be yourself, be assertive, stay there, be professional, be resilient, keep trying new ways, keep talking about what you're trying to, who you are, what you're trying to do. Express yourself, never put yourself down, keep going for it. Be yourself, qualify your environment. Okay. And yeah, keep growing, keep trying new things. Listen, the world is big. The world is big. There's a whole lot out there for all of us. I can see a lot of people on Instagram joining. Hi guys, how you doing? Listen, be yourself. Be yourself. Do not try to be anybody else. So if you haven't got my book, this is my challenge for you. Why don't you get my book? Yes, get my book, guys. Go get it on Amazon. All right. The first step to rebooting your life is being authentic, and that's talking about being yourself. Okay. So some questions also on the back of the book. If you get a copy of this, some exercise question for you to pause and to reflect and to answer some of the questions. One of the questions says, "Who are you?" Most people struggle with that question. Who are you? And I would say there's no wrong or right answers here. Sometimes your answers are this. The next time you sit down again, your answers are completely different. So it's okay, but you must be able to identify and to be able to answer this question: Who am I? Who is Kelvin? Who am I? Who am I? And the reality is, I'm a different being in different places. All right. So Kelvin is a dad. Kelvin is a husband. Kelvin is a friend. Kelvin is an entrepreneur. Kelvin is a business trainer. Kelvin loves to go to. So there's a whole lot about me, and same for you. There's a whole lot about you that you need to recognize. And again, knowing who you are helps you to identify why you're here. The other question is, what makes you unique? What are you passionate about? What do you enjoy doing the most? What are the things that gives you a sense of excitement about your life? What are your top three strengths? If you were to write a list of strengths that you possess, sometimes you could ask your closest friends or family members, and they'll be able to answer that for you, to tell you what you're good at. What are your weaknesses? What are the things that you get wrong? What are the things you fail continuously that you find yourself struggling to achieve? Could be a clue to something. What talents or gifts do you possess? What are your top three values? What are your hobbies? What are things of interest? The things that excite you? What things make you smile and feel happy about yourself? What music jolts you and gets you that gets you bubbling? What gets you going? So some interesting questions here that I want you to really take some time to answer. Again, just to identify who you are. The biggest thing, the biggest problem in our world today, this is why we have a lot of young men, young women in gangs today. This is why we have a lot of young men and young women, not finding any reason to be here on planet Earth because they have lost a sense of themselves, their identity. They don't know who they are. They want to blend into the crowd. They want to be like everybody else when we are being called to be different. Now, how do I know that? Look at your fingerprint. Your fingerprint is different from mine. As a matter of fact, even now, the eye print, even now, the face print. All right, grab my phone. I'm trying to look at open my phone with my face print. So all the contours, how big my head is. It's unique. It's unique to yours. How small or big or whatever your head is, it's different. It's yours. So you got to be different. You got to embrace your difference. Embrace what makes you unique in an environment. Embrace what makes you unique in the workplace, in the business, whatever you're doing, in relationship, in life. Embrace that. Be that. Never ever pull yourself down. Never ever put yourself in places where people don't like who you are. It's time for you to get out. It's time for you to try a different environment. If you're constantly being pulled down by people around you, even in the workplace, and trust me, it does happen in the workplace. People are being bullied on a day-to-day basis. It happens everywhere. It's time for you to qualify that environment. It's time for you to walk away and say, you know what? Thank you. I'm gone now. See you later. Bye. You walk away and do the things that you need to do for yourself. So tonight, how do you maintain your identity in an environment that's unsupportive? Number one, you be yourself. Secondly, if it's still not being celebrated, it's time to check out. Say goodbye and move on. And some people think, the sky is just where you are. You think, this is my job. I'm gonna stay there for the rest of my life. Hey, listen, you gotta go. You gotta find yourself. There's a whole lot out there for you. There are a lot of people that will understand you. In fact, there's a lot of people who will understand your vibe. Some people who will connect with who you are, even your quirkiness, even the things that you think, oh, people are gonna hate me, people are gonna love it. You get to the right place and you blossom. You put a plant in an environment that's unsupportive, it wouldn't grow. You think that's the end of it. But you take a fish out of the water, it starts to die. You put it back into the ocean and it starts to swim for life. So you got to be yourself, put yourself in the right environment. And listen, this is real. This is real life. This is real life. This is a message to the young boys, the young men, the young women out there. Listen, hey guys, find your environment. Get out there. You are enough. You matter. Your life is valuable to us. You are unique. Your uniqueness is what will make you stand out. As a matter of fact, it is your difference that will be celebrated. When people pay big brands today, they pay them because of their difference, because they solve a particular problem that probably others don't do it, and they're doing it in a unique way. So be yourself, find those things that you love and do it. Go for it. That's my message tonight. Be yourself. I hope you got some value tonight. Hi, Joy. I can see a few people on Instagram. Hope you got some value tonight, and share this around. Please share it on your Facebook, share it on your YouTube, share it away on Instagram. Share it. Share it from time to time. I'll be coming back here again next Monday. I'll be back again on Thursday to share some truth with you, and I hope you really got some value from this tonight. Thank you, guys. I hope you have a good night, and then I'll see you later. Take care. Bye bye. And don't forget to get my book. Get my book. All right, all right.